Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Damon, wait, where's Damon? I don't see Damon on stage. Jaclyn, what did you do with Damon? What are you doing up there?
I was so jealous that Damon always is your co-host that today I decided to create a disaster for him so he couldn't attend. So today I'll be Damon.
Sabotage Damon. This is the Sabotage Damon episode. I absolutely love it. So we don't even need to know what happened. So, all right, good thing we're not recording this, right? Good thing we're not live or anything. So, Jaclyn, all right, one of my favorite last names of all time. Are you guys sitting down? Are you ready for this last name? Amy, do you know this? Jaclyn Kolodziej. She's my cousin-in-law. Jaclyn, happy Friday. How are you, my friend?
Happy Friday, Kurt. I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy it's Friday. And for those of you all over, I have 3 inches of snow on the ground right now.
Oh no. Well, it's not like it's March or anything. So, all right, speaking of March Madness. So, hey, drop a comment in the chat box. Let us know that you're out there. Damon is off conquering the world, saving lives somewhere else today. And so we are missing Damon today. Dude, we love you. We miss you. But instead, I've got this wonderful person right above me. We've got Amy Siriego. Amy, happy Friday. How are you?
Good. Happy Friday.
Now, how did you get dragged into this little soiree?
Oh, when Kurt says, do you want a live? I have a live going on Friday at noon. Do you want to come? Can't really say no.
Can't say no to the live show, right? Especially when we have this guest. Now, Amy, did you get a good night's sleep last night? Are you ready?
I did. I'm well rested.
Did you stretch? Did you get some little, okay. Alma is in the house. Alma Likic, how are you? Happy Friday. What's going on?
Hi, everyone. I'm well. How are you?
Well, man, much better. How could we possibly be any better? Look at this. I'm just loaded with just wonderful company here. Alma, you are with a company called Plitek. You're in the great, wonderful, windy city of Chicago. We're going to dive deep. You are a fierce advocate for manufacturing. But before we go there, I might have a little question for you, Damon/Jaclyn. I'm going to do it. I have a question for Alma. You know what the question is, right? Should I go there? Should we do it?
You should go there.
Okay, Alma, are you ready? Are you sitting down for the first question? Are you ready?
I'm sitting down.
Are you sitting down? All right, you might want to hang on to something. Okay. Alma, when you were a little girl growing up, who was your hero? Who was your hero? Who did you look up to when you were a little girl growing up?
I don't know if that's common, but I gotta say my mom.
Nice. Awesome.
I'm sure that's a common answer. My mom has been my hero my entire life. Fierce lady, extremely positive. You talk to her, you feel like you can conquer the world. She grew up without a mom, lost her mom at 6, and I feel like I felt that love my entire life. And so that kind of, she is my hero.
Nice. Hey,
that is a moment. Goosebumps moment.
Gosh, she gave me goosebumps. That was all right. And Alma, what's mom's name, please?
Amina.
What is it?
Amina.
Anima. All right, awesome. Well, big shout out to mom. That is a wonderful, lovely answer. My mom's my hero. So there's no wrong answer with that question. Jaclyn, you've been hit with that question before, right? We've talked.
I have.
Why don't you refresh your crowd? Who's your hero when you're a little girl growing up?
My hero is my grandmother. Nice. So yeah, we went through that story, and same thing with your mom, Alma. Fierce, had to be wildly independent, and she's now gone, but she lived a very healthy, long, active life into her 90s. So I just really enjoyed having the experience of being with her and being able to have so much time with her for so long. So you would see her dancing, chasing us around, you name it. So she's a great personality and somebody that I definitely admire.
Well, man, 2 great answers. So we've got mom, we've got grandma, just fierce, just loyal. And Alma, when you said you just felt that love for your mom having lost her mother at such a young age, that is just, you know what, that's going to stick with me. That was just awesome. Amy, I don't know if I've asked you that question before. Who was your hero as a little girl growing up?
Yeah, I don't think you have. Probably my mom too. I would say, like the
And what,
serious answer.
and what's mom's name?
Janet.
Janet. And why was Janet such a hero to you?
She just was. I think everyone's mom is like their hero. They're like amazing.
Awesome. Well, hey, that's great. Now, for the record, on Monday, I asked that question. You guys are way too young to know this. I had a Bionic Woman from the 70s. We had Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman from the 70s. And we had Charlie's Angels. So those were the answers on Monday. Love those. Amy, you're way too young to remember any of those. So.
No, I remember some of those. I was going to say, like, my non-serious answer that I probably would have come up with is, like, one of the Spice Girls, like, when I was really little.
All right. So, all right. Which
What Spice Girl?
Which Spice Girl?
Oh, Baby Spice. 100%.
Baby Spice. Jaclyn, which Spice Girl was yours?
Oh, man. I don't know. Probably Sporty Spice.
Or, yeah,
that's what I would have guessed.
I would have gone. Alma, how about, do you have
I like
one?
the Sporty Spice.
Sporty Spice. All right. So, all right. Great answers. All right, man, we covered a lot. So we've got mom, grandma, wonderful heroes. We've talked Spice Girls. Alma, did you have any idea we were going to be doing this today?
I did not. No, this is nothing like being put on a fire, right?
Nothing like being put. All right. So speaking of such, let's go here, my friend Alma. When did you decide to pursue a career in manufacturing? You are just a fierce advocate for manufacturing. You are a marketing superstar. You could have gone into multiple different industries. What attracted you to manufacturing?
Interesting you're asking that question. I mean, I've been in manufacturing for about 12 years now. Mm-hmm. Prior to my manufacturing life, I worked for the Italian Trade Commission, and our primary job, similar to what Jaclyn is doing with IMEC, was promoting Italian manufacturers here in the United States. So during that time, I got to visit and work with manufacturing companies, helping them promote their businesses in the U.S. And so the interesting part about it was there's always something new. There's always something that's, something new to learn. There's a good aspect of, I guess, what attracted me was, making things, whatever they may be, and, putting things to life, even if it's just a component that goes into something. It was intriguing. It was interesting. And, visiting companies that have these huge pieces of equipment that I knew nothing about, and, coming out, learning about, what they can do, it made it interesting. So I decided to pursue a career in manufacturing.
Well, isn't that awesome when you find something that you're passionate about? And I love what you said there, Alma. They make really cool stuff. All manufacturers, I don't care what they could, you might say, well, this isn't the coolest thing. Yeah, it is. It's super cool because you're manufacturing something really exciting. Jaclyn, you are with IMEC. That is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership of the great state of Illinois. What attracted you? What brought your superpowers into manufacturing?
Man, I think very similar to Alma. My family is all very deeply entrenched in working in manufacturing. So being able as a kid to see my parents going to work and making things, and really fascinated about that. And then starting to work from a marketing perspective, going in and working directly with manufacturers really opened my eyes to all of the amazing and wonderful things that these manufacturers create. And so then my, both interests and worlds collided when I got to IMEC. So I get to do marketing with manufacturers, and it's just a really super exciting thing. So it's fascinating. Like, who decided to start making this thing 200 years ago or 100 years ago, and why? Like, I'm always interested in that history and that story.
Yeah, and you look around your room, like you look at Amy's background. I have a little background envy right now, Amy, but you look at, just look around the room. everything was manufactured. Everybody made something. You just kind of take it for granted. Like, hey, I just walk in the store and I just get it off the shelf. But somewhere, some way, somehow, somebody produced that awesome product. Amy, you've really plunged into helping manufacturers. You're the marketing superstar. What attracts you to, why do you like working with manufacturers?
I think it just helps. I like telling a story. I like creating things, just like Alma and Jaclyn said. I think it's just creating a different kind of thing. I love to learn. I love to hear a good story. And I feel like telling that manufacturer story, it's always, in my experience, it's always like someone like Alma who's just like really passionate about it. And so they always have a lot to say. And so like being able to take what they're saying and make it into like something on their website or like a blog post or something, like really gets like it lets me do what I love, which is writing, and then like learn and tell those stories. So yeah, I think it's a perfect marriage of interests.
Yeah, there's an enthusiasm that's super contagious. So, all right, guys, again, happy Friday, everybody. Man, we've got a loaded stage. If you notice, there's somebody missing, but Jaclyn Kolodziej is taking the place of Damon today. So drop us a note in the chat box. Hey, Diane Byers here today. Diane, sending you lots of love, my friend. Happy Friday. Alma, let's go here. We're talking about a company named Plitek. For our friends, family out there, they are curious minds are burning to know who is Plitek and how does Plitek make the world a better place? Tell us a little bit about Plitek.
Sure. So Plitek is a contract converter with specialized vertically integrated manufacturing capabilities that include clean room manufacturing, precision die cutting, laser cutting, custom film extrusion, slitting and rewinding, release liner coating, adhesive coating, packaging, and that's just scratching the surface, right, Amy?
Oh yeah. And I was just sitting here thinking, I know all of those words now.
Amy knows what all those things. So let's give a shout out to a couple of things. So company's been around for over 50 years, I believe. Do I have that? Am I close on that? It's been around almost as long as I've been around, right? How long has Plitek been around?
It's actually a third generation.
Nice.
Well, I should say second and third generation are involved in the company. So it's a privately owned company, over 50 years in manufacturing, and contract manufacturing is the primary role, but we also have two product lines that are part of utilizing our converting capabilities, and we have a patented product line that we've been manufacturing and selling for over 30 years to packaging industry.
Yeah.
And it is ply valve one-way degassing valve or systems, which include one-way degassing valves and then applicator systems that are used to apply them. And what that is to put things in perspective for those who don't know, if you open up a can of, let's say, Maxwell House coffee, the little square that's on top of your lid is this proprietary product that we make, and it what it does is it allows CO2 to escape from inside the package, but it prevents oxygen from coming in. And a little bit of background: coffee, when it's roasted, it releases CO2, and roasters have two options what to do with it. They can either let it sit and degas for up to 7 days, or they can package right away, which is kind of imperative for quality of coffee because exposure to oxygen is bad. And so our product allows for that to happen right away. And in addition to that, it helps with the throughput.
Well, all right, we need to dive into that for a second because so coffee, pet food, there's a number of different industries that you service. Now, Alma, I prepared a little pop quiz for our other guests here today. You probably know the answer, but I have a little pop quiz. Jaclyn, Amy, are you ready? So Alma just described a patented product, and it's a degassing valve. Is that how you described it, Alma? Do I have that?
Degassing valve, yes.
Yep. Okay. Jaclyn and Amy, do you know how many that Plitek produces in a year?
Do not. Amy would probably have a better idea.
I feel like it has to be in the millions.
It's more than two, right? It's more than 2, 3 a year, right? There's do I have this number correct? You guys ready? You sitting down? 600 million. Did I read that correct? Do I have I couldn't even count all the zeros and all the commas, right? Is that Alma? Am I remotely close on that?
You are between 500 and 600 million a year. Yes.
Bam.
Wow.
Jaclyn.
Well, I want to, we all should applaud Coffee Drinkers Unite right now. Thank you so much for keeping my coffee beans fresh.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
Tasting
welcome.
good.
For all of us pet lovers, you coffee lovers out there. And so, and again, like who thinks of that, right? Like who thinks of making that little product there? So now Carl Hoffman is your leader, your CEO. Is that correct? So it's the Hoffman family. Just share a little bit of background. What and hey, we'll go on the record here. What do you love working about Plitek? Jaclyn and I, we've been on site. We saw the excitement. We met a number of your teammates there in person. It's just a wonderful facility that you have in the suburbs of Chicago. What's so great? What's so wonderful about working at Plitek?
Just the feel of family. It really is the feel of being part of the family. So we're a small company, about 100 employees, and every one of our employees is somehow connected. We feel, and I don't mean connected, feel like we're part of the family. We feel we're all embraced and loved and cared for, and that is wonderful. And so I think naturally, whenever there's a challenge in anything, it feels like everybody's rowing in the same direction because everybody's focused to make sure that whatever the target is, it's accomplished and then beyond, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. And Jaclyn, when you and I were on site, I mean, you feel it when you not even when you walk in the door, when you pull up to the parking lot, right? I was snapping pictures of Jaclyn in front of the facility. Jaclyn, what was your take? How did you feel when we walked in the door?
It was great. I mean, even from just the parking lot experience. So a very modern state-of-the-art facility. It's beautiful from the parking lot. You know, you're going to walk into something really cool.
Yeah.
And you know, once you get in and you're greeted, it just feels like you're part of that team, you're part of that family, and you're there to see what's going on and how to help, and you're embraced. So it was really cool.
I love hearing that. Thank you, Jaclyn. We have actually just moved into this new facility about a year ago. It's a newly built facility, about 75,000 square feet. And not that I didn't love the old facility, it's just this one's about 25,000 square feet bigger, and everything is brand new. And so our equipment that's also state of the art fits well with the outside of it, if that makes sense. And it's been an exciting road for this first year in the building.
Yeah.
Well, and Alma, remind us. So you had played a very large part in designing a lot of the office space, correct?
Yes. More on the furniture side than the design. So the layout was already pre-designed, if you will. Yeah. And I was involved with the new furniture selection and basically layouts of the offices, individual offices, and then also the common areas. Yeah, that was new and pretty challenging, I would say, simply because I had no experience doing it before. But now, now I feel like I could say that I'm the expert.
That's right.
So from marketing expert to design expert, you really made some awesome, and I keep saying state of the art, but your conference rooms that your customers and your guests can come in, they are just souped up with all of the technology, all of the space available. They're comfortable, modern, sleek. It's just, you don't see that everywhere. So it's really great. You should definitely feel good about that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys have to visit more often now.
Yeah. Well, Jack, I'm so glad you brought that up, Jaclyn. You remember we're sitting there and I'm like, man, who designed this room and everything? And I think Alma was like, oh no, what's he going to say? And I was like, this is amazing. And she's like, well, I did. Remember that? I mean, it was the coolest room, and it was just such a great little meeting, which, you know, a lot of manufacturers, you don't encounter that. So Jaclyn, you're spot on. As soon as you walk in the door, everything's state of the art. So let's go here, Alma. So, we noticed, so Jaclyn and I, we got a chance to, overlook everything. It is immaculate, thus clean room extrusion, right? And now everybody has to wear a lot of safety clothes and features, right? Am I close on that? Like, is that a thing?
Yes, we offer classic clean room manufacturing, and anybody entering those clean rooms is required to wear a gear to protect. So hairnets, glass goggles or glasses, steel toe shoes, and then coverings over that's worn over clothing, like smocks.
Right. Now, and was I supposed to wear a hairnet? I don't remember. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. But now,
Give you a special permission.
Yeah, I got special permission. I didn't. Jaclyn needed one. I didn't. But Alma, when we're walking around, what are those things called that you cover your shoes with? What do you call those things?
Booties.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're right. So we got fun. So you're covered head to toe, and so again, it's just you guys have covered everything that you can think of from a safety feature. Just putting that out there. Amy, as we started digging into working with Alma and just getting a clear understanding, what were some of the big takeaways for you? What were just some eye openers that you had?
I think just how very many products, like we talked about those coffee squares, like the sheer number of things. Like I know, an entire article on the clean room system, and like just like how much care is taken. It's like you don't realize, first of all, if you're me, like how many things are getting created that you don't even know about. And then like, yeah, I think really just like the care that goes into the entire process, because like everyone that I talk to is just like, and then there's so many layers of like quality checks too. So yeah, it was just really interesting to hear how everything gets made.
Yeah. If you're putting out 600 million of anything, right, you've got to be you're doing something right if you're putting out that type of quantity. So now, all right, we're going to give a shout out to our friends at IMEC. And Jaclyn, why don't you give, just for folks out there, everybody probably, yeah, Kurt, we hear you talking about the MEP all the time. But for folks out there that are not familiar with the MEP, which stands for Manufacturing Extension Partnerships, you are part of the MEP, not part of, you represent the MEP in this great state of Illinois, you and your wonderful team at IMEC. Just share with folks who and what is IMEC.
It's IMEC. So Illinois Manufacturing Excellence Center. We are Illinois' one-stop shop for our manufacturers to support them in several different areas. I personally am very close to the growth and marketing area of services, but we have leadership development. We've got a ton of lean manufacturing experts, 5S experts, shop floor layout. Cybersecurity. So taking all of us on the IMEC team and all of our expertise, we're able to serve the Illinois manufacturers in all of the different areas that they might need at a given time or another in their journey of having, manufacturing.
Yeah, I love it. So if anybody out there, if you're in the great state of Illinois, boy, you need to reach out, connect with everybody here on the stage on LinkedIn. Do yourself a favor. Alma is just fierce advocate at manufacturing advocate at Plitek. Amy is a marketing superstar. If you're looking for a relationship connection with IMEC in Illinois, you definitely want to connect with Jaclyn. If you're coming to us from another state, man, reach out to Jaclyn, reach out to myself. We'll get you connected to a representative from the MEP. Alma, let's go here. If you can go back in time, do you remember what sparked your interest to reach out to our friends at IMEC?
So during the COVID era, I was searching for different government entities that are interested in or support reshoring and manufacturing, bringing back manufacturing into the United States. And so that's kind of like a short version of how I came across different Department of Defense and different agencies. And through that, I learned of and connected with IMEC. And I've been in touch with Melissa Bassa and great Jaclyn. And when there was a program, we kind of had the new website developed. Well, we had the new website developed about a year and a half or almost 2 years ago now. And we needed help. And so IMEC and their program greatly helped us with the search engine optimization, which was part of, well, basically that was the help that we needed. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm stumbling my words.
No, you're doing awesome.
In the past, we had a website that basically did not give us the opportunity to make any updates. We were receiving some leads. We had basic online presence, but our website was from 2007, 2008, and I had no way of making any updates or optimizing it by any means. And so when the new site was developed, it was already optimized, but you know, as you guys know, it more and more is required. I mean, you have to continue doing it if you want to succeed. Mm-hmm. And so I had I had the tools to do it, but I needed help in terms of how to do it. And so IMEC and you guys helped greatly with that.
Well, I love that. Are you, I don't want to put you on the spot, Alma. Are you comfortable? Can I pull up the website? Can I show your website to folks?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to pull it up in 1 second. While we go there, Jaclyn, she mentioned Melissa Bassa, and let's give a little shout out to some friends, family at IMEC. I know there's a big list, and if I, Dr. Dave Belay, Ray Zagano, Melissa Bassa, Cameron, Cassie, Jordan, Christy, Michelle Fawcett, who I know I'm leaving out a ton. Give a shout out to some of your friends at IMEC and how they help.
If you can list all IMECers one day on a video, I will personally pay for dinner for you and your.
I mean, Taco Bell. Do you promise? Or I'll take a beef jerky. How's that? So, but give a shout out to some of your friends at IMEC again. Just some of the expertise of how you guys come in as a pack, and just Dave Musgrave again. We could go on and on. Tom, I met this week. Share a little bit about your team at IMEC.
Oh my goodness. So kind of structurally how it's set up, we've got a really great leadership team. They're at the helm of making sure that everything is running and they are going and getting it, making connections, keeping us a strong MEP center. So that's all great. We've got a whole team of regional managers. So those are our clients' kind of first point of contact and helping get to know the client, oversee, figure out what they're doing, what their needs are, what they're doing great, what they need some help in. And then we have a whole team of technical specialists in all the different areas that I had listed before. So maybe a client comes and they have a strong need to figure out what lean means and how to make their processes leaner.
Right.
We've got a team of technical specialists who go in, meet with the clients. They provide training, oversight. They do some of the work for them. So we build those long-lasting relationships with the manufacturers. So because once one thing is done and they're, client is on their way and they're succeeding, something else will happen to pop up, right? So there's different needs at different times, and we've just got a great team. If we don't know the answers, we will find a different organization or a resource to support and help our clients to get those answers so they can continue, just being amazing and doing great things.
And I'll tell you, what an admirable job that you have of going in, helping manufacturers. And, I really, I want to win that free dinner for my wife and I and myself at Taco Bell. So, Paula, Mary, Melissa Zerbel, Stacy Curry, she's going to be on the program in a few weeks. And so, all right, I'm sure I'm leaving some Noah. I know I'm probably leaving some other folks out there, but Eric Ray. So lots of love to our team and friends at IMEC. So let's go here. Alma, you talked about the website and folks like clean room extrusion. What are these things on coffee? I'm going to pull up the website. So give me 1 second. And how about we go here? We'll go here. We'll go here. And here's Plitek right here. Okay. And can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So Alma, this is Plitek. Just tell us a little bit. What a clean, wonderful looking website. Why don't you just take us through a little bit? Tell me any particular pages that you'd like me to cruise through, but just tell us a little bit about what's going on. What are we looking at here?
I'm having a hard time seeing what you're. Are you on the main page?
You know what? I'm showing the little the package degassing system. So we're looking right at PlyValve.
So what I would say is, if you go all the way on top, basically our website summarizes a list of our capabilities, which are vast. And to those who do not know about precision converting, clean room extrusion, each of these pages represents a little bit about, our capabilities and what we do, which is under converting capabilities. I think you are now in, it looks like you may be in extrusion. And then we also list our services. So as part of our offerings, in addition to our converting capabilities, we offer anywhere from, we offer design support, material selection assistance, rapid prototyping, cleaner manufacturing, and packaging. And so people searching for a contract converter or a precision converter can kind of learn, more about our capabilities on the website. But in addition to, I'm really sorry, Kurt, I can't see what you're pointing.
Oh, you're fine. I'm kind of just popping around a little bit. So.
Okay. Because I'm actually calling in from my phone. So
Yeah. No worries whatsoever.
And then, our website represents a list of markets that we sell to, which are medical primarily, and packaging and merchandising, automotive, aerospace, electronics, industrial. So anything that requires cutting tapes, films, foams, adhesives into shapes that go either as components of a device or in some cases finished device, we can certainly help.
Well, here, I'll jump in and give you a secondary follow-up question. Why choose Plitek? What sets you apart from your competitors, and why should someone pick you?
Well, because we offer a lot of vertically integrated capabilities, that makes us sort of either a single stop shop or single or stream. It helps with streamlining converting capabilities where our customers do not have to go to multiple suppliers for example, someone who can extrude film and then take that film to have it precision die cut in another location, and then have another material coated with adhesive to a third location. So that's part of it. Our expertise and experience, number of years that we have been in this industry speaks for itself. Our technical capabilities. One thing I got to give a shout out to, and that's our engineering team, which we have a number of engineers in different with different areas of expertise, such as chemical engineers, electrical, mechanical, and they all come together to offer support to our clients. So sometimes clients come to us with requests to die cut something that they already have a print for, and they already have material specified, and they just need a certain number of those cuts produced. Excuse me. However, sometimes customers have an idea and they know that they need, they're looking for a solution, but they don't really know what materials they need to use. They may require a diagnostics device component that requires a clean room extruded film that needs to be cut, maybe coated with adhesive, and they may just not know what the shape is. a certain geometry that will fit into as a component into a device. But more than that, they may, they're in development, they may be in developing stage. This is where our engineers can come into play, and they can assist them with help with the design. We are not design responsible, but we do offer support, and we also have the ability to prototype products. So if somebody's looking for a certain material that needs to be custom extruded in a clean room, we can do that, and we can do that pretty quickly and in small quantities. And in order for our customers to test it, to get the feel for it, or maybe for FDA submissions. I feel like I'm going on, and I can continue. I don't know how much time we have.
Well, your team has so much depth and just a wealth of knowledge, and that is it's so valuable for your customers, because like you said, they might not know exactly what their needs are. They know they want something, but having your engineers and your experts say, hey, why don't we look at it and take this other approach? Or have you considered that you need this packaging to be FDA approved, and it can't be this material you want? So like soup to nuts. That
100%.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
We had recently we had a customer who designed or was already producing thermal management components. However, it was the early stage of development, and so the material that they had specified was coming in sheet forms, and so sheet form, which is basically you're taking a piece of material, feeding it through the machine, and cutting it. That's not sustainable for high volume production, and so we helped them with number of things, including looking or finding an alternate source of material that is supplied on a roll form, also improving efficiencies in terms of cutting, so that we can produce millions at a time, not tens of thousands at a time. Mm-hmm. So
what I hear there? Cost savings. When you can provide cost savings to your customers, you are winning.
100%. That was actually part of it. I don't like to, emphasize cost savings simply because that's not always the case. But majority of the time, obviously, that's something that everybody needs to consider, and we do as well. And so providing cost savings to a customer by being able to manufacture something more efficiently, and it's a win-win for everyone.
Absolutely. Amy, did you take notes? Is this going to be the next case study?
Yes.
So, well, Alma, that was phenomenal. Hey, how about a round of applause for Alma, man? I usually don't do a round of applause so early, but that was phenomenal. What a great explanation of the company, because it is a sophisticated, I would say complicated, but it's a unique product. But when as I was whipping through the website, these are products that we're all using as consumers on a daily basis. So you're part of that supply chain, on things that we're using every day in, day out, and you guys are a part of it. So you're part of millions and millions of lives, helping, and you've mentioned safety, efficiency. We do rapid prototyping. You need something quick and fast, we've got you covered. And so, a lot of times we hear about, a lot of manufacturing going overseas, but this is just such a wonderful, powerful example. Amy, I'm going to pull you back on stage. Do you want to share a little bit? You did a great job working with a number of their folks, a couple of their engineers, sales folks on, interviewing them, getting content information. What were some takeaways for you to tie in with what Alma just described?
I think I talked to Jerry and Rob on your team. Yep. I forget which one was it. One of them was an engineer, I believe, a sales engineer.
Rob.
And the extent of knowledge that he had and the way that he was able to phrase it for someone like me who had never heard of like some of the things that he was saying and made it make complete sense was just like, I think really a testament to like how smart and like how like well-versed he is in exactly what he does. Because I think if you can explain something well or like teach it to someone else, like that's like the true mark, I think people say, of like that you really understand something. And he was just like going above and beyond and like being able to explain it, and very patient with like all of my questions. And like I said, he talked with such care about the whole process. It's clear that like he really is just so knowledgeable and like has so much like passion for it, which is like sometimes you think like, oh, like, you know, it could be hard to say like, oh, is manufacturing exciting or whatever we like, you know, touch on in the beginning. But
Right.
I think it's like the passion is just clear, like from both people that I talked to, and you know, the interviews that you do really, like the content that you're creating really depends on those interviews. And so if people are kind of like clammed up, they don't know what they're saying, they don't like want to be doing it, they don't, you know, necessarily have the knowledge like that, it will show in like the content that comes out of them. And the blogs that I think we created for Plitek were some of the best ones. They were really long, they were really juicy. I think they should be really helpful for your customers, hopefully. And yeah, that all came from them.
Really juicy. I love it. You know, and Amy, what I was on a webinar yesterday and a guy dropped a line. I'd never heard this before. I absolutely loved it. He said, if you can't describe what you do and you can't clarify it, then like there's a problem with like, you know, your passion or you know, like, and he gave it a great example of like, you know, you're describing it to your grandmother and grandma doesn't get it. You're like, oh, grandma, you don't understand. He's like, no, that's not grandma's problem. That's your problem that you're not explaining what you do. And how you just, you know, when we had the conversations with Jerry and with Rob, they have just such a fierce passion for these products that, you know, you and I didn't even know existed. We obviously we know they exist because they're part of these products that we use, but we didn't know who's making them or what function they use. Alma, just talk a little bit the passion of your team, Jerry, Rob, some of the other folks. Like you said, like you have a great culture there, wonderful family atmosphere, and people are just fiercely passionate about how you guys are making the world a better place. Talk about a little bit more on your team and teammates there.
So what Amy just described, and thank you, Amy. First of all, thank you for your patience with the interviews. You know, I can certainly appreciate and understand when someone is, you know, outside of this world and coming in, and all the terms, all the options that we talk about, we live it day in and day out. And so I can certainly understand and appreciate. And you nailed it so well, and thank you for that. And you mentioned, you know, passion from our team. I think that goes back to your question, Kurt, earlier about, you know, what I like about Plitek and, you know,
Right.
this family feel. And I think it's all about being able to row in the same direction, and people are all supportive of each other, supportive of whether that's their process that someone has a question on, or whether it's something that they just happen to know. But there's a great camaraderie and teamwork. And I think that is clear and evident when we work with our customers. It's rarely one sales engineer working with the customer and maybe just as initial conversation, but usually our team gets together, evaluates what the project we're working on is and how to approach it, because everybody brings different aspects to the table, or different point of views and different knowledge base, and providing a solution from different angles really helps drive home that success story.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that answers.
No, that answers it perfectly. And again, you know, big shout out to Rob and a big shout out to Jerry for putting up with us and like, you know, drilling them with all the questions. And I to both those guys, especially if they're listening, Oscar award-winning performances, I must say, right, Amy? I mean, they were phenomenal. And Jaclyn, we got to meet Jerry in person when we were on site, and so that was great. All right, we'll start. I know Alma's super busy. We're all busy. We'll start winding things down here. So Alma, again, connect with these three lovely ladies on LinkedIn. They put out great content. They're just wonderful human beings. Check out Plitek. Go to Plitek's website. You know, any friends and family that need these little film extrusions, you can check out. Reach out to Alma. Alma, as we start winding down, you've built a wonderful career in manufacturing. I have a question for you. Why should all the cool kids be considering a career in manufacturing? What is so cool? What is so wonderful? Why should all the cool kids be considering a career in manufacturing?
We make the world move.
We make the world move. Bam, drop the mic right there. That enough said right there, Jaclyn, right? We make the world move.
That's it. She's like, you know what? It's short and sweet. This is what we do.
Well, I love it. And Jaclyn,
And
what
I
would
don't
you?
mean just Plitek, I mean manufacturers in general. I'm
Yeah.
sure, IMEC and their support makes a great impact, and working with different manufacturers makes this world move a little faster.
Well,
Yeah.
so I'll add to that. So with IMEC, we help the manufacturers so that they can make it happen.
That's right. That's right. So
they can make the world move.
lots of love, and you guys have had a great experience working with Jaclyn and team at IMEC. And hey, how about a round of applause for Jaclyn and the team at IMEC for just crushing it there, right?
Thank you. I'm not worthy.
So, Jaclyn, why, in your humble opinion, why should all the cool kids be considering a career in manufacturing?
Would you rather work in the service industry? Would you rather DoorDash?
That's right.
No, I'm just playing. We make things and we make things happen. Manufacturers are the people who are doing that great work so that we can have packaging for containers. We can buy cool cups. We can go through a drive-through or two. We can do things. We can drive a car.
That's right. Amy, what are your takeaways? Any thoughts here as far as why should every cool kid be considering a career in manufacturing?
Well, my career is not really technically in manufacturing. I agree with what Alma and Jaclyn said. I think content is a fun job. You get to talk to a lot of people. You get to learn a lot. Yeah.
Well, you create wonderful content for lots of manufacturers. So you're contributing, my friend. You're right there in manufacturing.
I'm on the periphery.
That's right. So, all right, we're going to wind down. I have two last questions, Alma. First one is, any last words of wisdom, parting thoughts, how anybody can reach out to you, or anything that you want to share with folks as we wind down from a Plitek standpoint?
Oh, absolutely. Anybody looking for precision converting, die cutting, film extrusion, feel free to either visit our website, reach out to plitek.com, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm not sure. I don't have a message here, but Kurt, if you don't mind sharing, you can just share my LinkedIn account.
Yep.
I'd appreciate that. And we'll be happy to help you, happy to assist you with any converting manufacturing you're looking for.
Love it. Okay, Jaclyn, any parting thoughts, words of wisdom that you want to share before? I do have one last question, but before, any words of wisdom that you want to share, reach out to you, reach out to IMEC, anything that you want to share?
Yeah. If you have questions, if you're a manufacturer in Illinois, you need some help, definitely reach out. Look at our website, imec.org. And we're all here to support you guys in any way we can. For those of you in Cook County, we have a huge grants initiative, the Cook County Manufacturing Reinvented Grant. For those of you who are in McHenry County, we have the Advanced McHenry Grants going on right now. And for those of you in Kane County, Illinois, we just launched a huge Kane County initiative. So for more information, go to our website, reach out to us, ask questions. We're happy to help. And this is how, Alma came to the table and was able to do some really great SEO work with all of us here. So.
That's right. Man, did we have a good time or what? Amy, any words of wisdom, parting thoughts that you want to share from your perspective?
No, I think I'm good.
You're good. A woman.
She wants to be quiet today.
The woman of few words. So, Alma, first off, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Thank you to the entire team of Plitek for allowing us, the three of us, to work closely with you. It's been nothing less than an honor, privilege. It's our mission, passion, purpose in life to help manufacturers just be a little bit better and make our contributions. And so thank you for your trust in allowing us into your facility. And boy, did we have a great time working with you. And we absolutely love that. So again, I'm going to invite everybody, give a big round of applause for our esteemed panel guests here today. And just, you guys absolutely crushed it. Damon, man, dude, did you miss a really good show today? Now I do have one last
talking to me.
I do have one last question for you. So
How'd it feel to be Damon today?
Alma, is it possible to truly be Damon? Is that even humanly possible?
Nobody.
I mentioned somebody about Damon the other day, and they're like, "Oh, that guy's gonna be on Hollywood pretty soon here." So I mean, Damon just got it all going on. But Alma, I know are you a baseball fan? I know you're a big basketball fan, right? Are you a baseball fan by any chance?
I'm not.
You're not. All right. So here's a question for you. So Alma, for you guys out there, she's a big basketball fan, Chicago Bulls. She's going to catch a game over the weekend. So Alma, let's just say hypothetically, the Bulls are playing the hated Detroit Pistons, right? If you live in Chicago, you're not a Pistons fan, I'm assuming, right? So you're playing the Detroit Pistons. Okay. It's tie score. There's no time left there's like a half second left on the clock. And there was a foul, but with a foul, the person that was fouled was injured. So now they need somebody else to come to the line to drill the winning shot to end the game. Okay. So they need somebody to come to the line to hit the winning shot. The coach looks down the bench and says, "Hey, Alma, take off your jacket, get up there, and you're going to hit the winning shot." So you're walking to the foul line, basketball in hand. You're walking to the foul line. You're going to hit the winning shot to win the basketball game. Are you with me?
So far.
As you're walking to the foul line, what is your walk-up song?
I will survive.
I will survive. Man, that was a drop of mic right there, Jaclyn. How about that one? She didn't even bat an eye on that.
Love it.
I will survive. Oh man, she went disco era on me. All right, is that from the disco era? Is that I will survive? Man, Jaclyn.
I think it was her saying she's going to survive this free throw experience.
That's right. That's exactly what she was. Right.
That's exactly what I was going for.
Jaclyn, what's your walk-up song?
Oh man, we do this way too much, and I never have a good one. I don't know. Pass.
Amy. I know it's a Taylor Swift song. What is it? Shake it off.
I think today I'll say "Bejeweled" by Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. Thank you, Alma. Thank you for playing my little, I'm an older guy. Just these little things mean a lot to me. So, all right, let's close out. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I want to thank Amy for being a special guest. I want to thank Alma for being here, for just being such a wonderful guest. Jaclyn, thank you for filling the big shoes of Damon today. We appreciate you guys. Let's close out. I wish everybody an amazing, incredible, wonderful weekend. And like I just love to share every show, just go out and be someone's inspiration, just like these three lovely ladies were our inspiration today, especially Alma being our special guest. One last round of applause for Alma crushing it from Plitek. All right, I'm going to close out. We're back here on Monday. Hopefully Damon will be back with us. Guys, God bless. Have a good weekend.